I don't think you understand a word that you're talking about.
Are you leaving? Take care, bro.
Whatever you talk about,
I'm gonna go.
No problem. Take care. Thank you for your time.
You say it for sure, and
Why shouting? Calm down. No need to shout.
and you are a lot of self-believing.
Are you?
And yes, unfortunately, my English is not as good,
Yeah.
and my
Shouting won't help that.
Yeah,
Calm down.
but
What's your
let's-
religion first? Are you a Christian?
I'm a Jewish.
In a Jewish, is a marriage valid between a Jew and a non-Jew?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Is that from the Torah? Or is that your own understanding?
No, it's in the Torah. There is not even a clue about it, and I will explain why. Because in the Torah there weren't Christians, there weren't Muslims, there were nothing. Because in the Torah,
That's why as a
there were
Jews, I didn't
only
ask that.
Jews.
Christian, Muslims.
Okay.
Okay. So once again.
It's not from the Torah. It's
Okay.
from people that came after this, and some of them believe that they know what God thinks, and some of the people believe that these people know what God thinks, but it's not in the Torah, it's not in the religious, and even so,
So it's man-made. The laws that you just
it's
mentioned.
not a law.
So-
There is no man-made law, and it's not in the law. Furthermore,
So are you saying all those Jewish who follow the rule that you can only marry a Jew, are they
No.
wrong?
No. There is no law in Israel that say that you can marry a Jew, only a Jew.
No. The question is, I'm talking about those Orthodox Jews who say that you can only marry another Orthodox Jew. Are they wrong?
I think they do. But it's
Okay.
their belief. I can't tell them what to do.
Okay, so there are
But
Jews who have this belief, yes?
There
Where do you
Jews-
think they got it from? Where do you think they got it from?
They got it from there are rabbis or from the Orthodox people who tell them, but it's not just, they can't marry me.
Are you a believing Jew?
I'm a believing Jew, but they can't
Do you follow the
marry me.
Torah?
Not fully,
Why?
because I don't think it's...
Do you follow your own whims and desires? Your
Not
subjective,
only.
your subjective
Not only, no.
understanding. Okay. What other books besides the Torah do you believe in?
I don't believe in books, I believe in people.
I thought so. So you're not a believing Jew then? Because you're following your own secular, liberal understanding and not the law of God. Because the Torah actually means the law of God. You know that, right?
The Torah not only means the law of God,
What does it mean? Law of man?
no?
Yeah.
The Torah,
So whose law is it?
The Torah, let's take something that
Brother,
Yes.
whose law is the Torah? Is it the law of man or the law of God?
people wrote it. The law of
Oh.
the law of God is the Ten Commandments.
Now where-
Other people extend it. Let's take the.
Are you saying the Torah is from not God? Is it? So Moses did not get the Torah from God.
Moses can't get the Torah because the Torah is keep extending after the Moses. Moses is not ending the Torah.
Okay, so they changed the Torah.
People change a lot of things, but let's
Alhamdulillah.
take something that is most important to Jews.
Which is?
Don't eat milk and meat together. Okay?
Is that in the Torah?
That's in the Torah,
Okay.
but it's not written like that. What it's written is don't eat a lamb with his mother milk.
No.
Don't kill the birds and the eggs. So some people,
They misinterpreted.
I don't know if they interrupted it. I don't say. I just
Well,
say,
you're implying that clearly. You're saying God said this, but then
That's-
they translated
no,
it like that.
No. I don't say God said this.
Okay.
The Torah said God said this. So now you
So
can,
now you're casting doubt even on the written word of the Torah.
I passed it now.
You
I
did?
said, this is what is written in the Torah.
Okay.
Now other people took it, and some of them say like this, some of them say like that, some of them expand it, like people say, okay, you can't eat milk 6 hours after you ate meat.
So
Other
who
people
said this?
say-
When you say people say this, you're implying this is not from God, this is from people. Am I right?
It's not from God.
Okay.
Of course it's not
So
from
other
God.
than-
I told you what written
Yeah.
in the Torah.
Other than the 10 commandments, is anything in the Torah from God? Other than
I
the
don't
10?
know.
What do you think?
I think part of it, yes. I don't know.
Okay. Have you read the Torah? Have you
Of
studied?
course.
You studied it,
I studied it, I read it.
and you have come to the conclusion it is actually man-made.
No.
Is
I
it from
said-
God then?
No, I don't know.
cannot both know.
I said I don't know. I can't be sure. I'm not like those people who said God told me so, or I know what God knows.
Okay. How do you distinguish?
Or I know what God wants.
Yeah. Good. Sorry. What's your name?
My name is Alon.
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 Yes, like
Okay.
an oak.
Okay, no problems. My name is Hashim. What I'm asking is that how do you understand what part of the Torah is from God and what part is not?
I don't know.
So
I don't try to think I can understand what God was telling after so many people pass it from one to another. And there is a big rabbi who was one of the biggest in the Jewish history. And he said,
Maimonides? Maimonides?
no,
No? Okay. Rambam,
said-
as is known?
no,
No?
a lot before him. And he said that the thing between a man and his friend is the most important rule in the Torah. So, if he said so, that the relation between people are the most important thing, and if all the rabbi agreed on one thing, all the rabbis from all the different societies in
What did
The
they agree?
Jewish.
What did they agree?
believe in one thing,
Which is?
that Yom Kippur, which is the most important day in the Jewish belief, is not come in the to I don't know how to say it in English, but it will not solve things between a man and his friend. You can only, if you feast and you reading the Bible and do all the things, you can only mend things between you and God. You can't mend things between you and your friend. To mend these things, you need to do something and ask forgiven from your friend.
Yeah, we have the same.
Feast-
We have the same in
feast
Islam. Yeah.
And prayer will not help you
Yeah.
if you did not
So let me
act correctly.
let me take you back to the discussion we were having with that Christian couple. According to you, are Jews allowed to marry non-Jews?
According, not to me.
Okay, according to the Torah. According to God.
I don't know according to God. I can't speak from God because I don't know what God wants.
So how would you understand what God expects of you in this life if you're saying every time I don't know? How do you lead your life? By yourself? By your own
know-
whims and desires?
I can understand that God wants me to be a good man,
Yeah.
to act as a civilian man, to to follow the Ten Commandments, and
If you don't follow,
basically be a good man.
if you don't follow the 10 commandments, are you a bad man?
If you don't follow the Ten Commandments, you can get to be a bad man. It depends what you're doing.
No, you don't follow the 10 commandments. Are you a bad man?
It depends what you're doing. Yeah,
I just
it's-
told you, not following the 10
are-
commandments.
There are degrees. Okay, and
Okay.
I will explain. Ten Commandments: don't steal.
Yeah.
You're a good man. You're helping people. You're donating. You're working for the community. But
You're stealing.
not paying all your taxes. Don't pay your taxes. It's stealing. You're doing
So you're-
a little. So are you a bad man?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of good things, but you're scheming a little. You're doing some bad. Things are not black and white. You're not happen to be like a nightmare, like a Hitler if you're stealing. There is kind of
Loophole.
it's not a loophole. It's
Are you allowed to? Are you a good man if you don't pay your taxes?
you can be a good man.
Yeah, so you're
but
stealing then. Then you're
Yes.
stealing based on the 10 commandments.
You're stealing, so you're not.
So your
a
own principle,
great man.
you're going against your own principle.
I'm not scheming.
Now I'm not saying you are. I'm saying
If
based on your logic,
I-
someone who doesn't follow the 10 commandments is a bad man.
No.
But now you brought up
don't
an
say-
example of someone
You're
scheming
put-
from the government by not paying the taxes.
You're putting
Can be a good
word,
man.
You're putting word
It's on camera,
in my
brother.
mouth. No.
It's on camera.
I said,
Camera doesn't lie.
I said that if you ask me if you don't follow the Ten Commandments, are you a bad man?
Yes.
And I said there are degrees.
So,
There are-
but you give an example of someone who is not paying the taxes to
yes,
the government.
but he's doing a lot of
Doesn't matter. He's still stealing from the government.
Yeah, but he's doing a lot of good things, great things. So I don't know. I don't think he's a bad man. He's not completely good.
So you're allowed to steal from the
You're
government.
not allowed. But there are.
Make up your mind. Someone who doesn't pay taxes, is he a good man or a bad man?
Is bad at this thing.
You're fine. You're going against your own principle. Do you realize that?
Degrees, my friend.
I know there are degrees. Look,
degrees.
I'll give you an example of where Islam permits you to steal. I'll give you an example. For example, if there's a famine, yes, somebody is going hungry. If he doesn't eat, he's going to die. In that case, you can steal and eat to sustain your life. Yes, you know, Umar radiallahu anh, one of the caliphs, he actually stopped the punishment for stealing in Islam. If you're convicted, is basically you cut the hand. Yes, obviously the rules have to be met. But during the famine, Umar radiallahu anh, or one of the caliphs, if I remember, they stopped this punishment because of the desperate situation of the people. So in this case, it's a matter of life and death. But what you're talking about is avoiding tax paying, which the reason he has to give taxes is because he's earning money more than the amount permitted by the government. You're saying he's okay as long as
I don't say it's okay. I say there are degrees. There are degrees.
Okay, so how much
my
tax
friend.
do you have to steal before you become a bad man?
It's not. It's not.
Any
There are
amount or
degrees, there are scales of what you're doing. If you're murder someone, it's much worse.
exactly, murder is a different, and one of the commandments is do not murder. I agree.
Yeah.
But we are talking about do not steal. You gave an exception. In fact, you said
I didn't say.
you
an
said it is.
exception. I
There's a
said-
degree.
No, I said if someone, there are.
You can't. By the way, you can't have degrees of murder. Murder is wrong in any degree.
No, yeah, murder is
Yes.
wrong. Yeah, there are no degrees. In
What about
some-
the 10 Commandments doesn't mention rape? Is someone who's raping, is he a bad man?
Of course, he's a bad man.
But it's not in the
It's
10
not-
Commandments.
So what?
So who made that rule? He's a bad man. By the way, in the Sharia, this is specifically mentioned that someone
Yes.
who's a rapist will also be punished really harshly. Yes? So it is already wrong. But you're saying the only thing which stops you, the moral grounds you have, is your 10 Commandments.
No, it's
but
the-
now I give you an example which is outside the 10 Commandments.
No, I said you ask me what I think between me and God, what
Yes.
God told us.
Yeah.
I said, God gave us the 10 Commandments.
Where in the Old Testament, which you believe in, does it say rape is punishable?
There isn't.
So how do you say it's wrong then? How do you know rape is wrong?
First of all,
Is it based on the
no,
society?
there is in the Bible there is Amnon and Tamar, so there is a punishment.
No, actually,
Yes, in Amnon and Tamar there is
if you
a
look at
punishment.
if you look at Deuteronomy, it says that those people that you have captured, the women, you're allowed to have sex with them without a marriage.
No.
Have you not read Deuteronomy? Deuteronomy, one of the 5 books of the Torah.
I read them.
Well, I don't think you have. But anyway, look, if rape is not part of the 10 Commandments, and there's nowhere in the Old Testament which says rape is wrong, then on what basis you're saying that makes him a bad man? And by the way, I'm not condoning rape. I'm saying rape is wrong anytime in any society.
Okay.
But if you're going based on your Bible only, then you don't have it.
No, I'm not living by the Bible.
You're not.
You know, I'm not living
Okay.
by the Bible. I'm a free man. I believe in the
So why do you
Bible.
keep saying the law of God?
You said the law of God.
Okay, so you don't believe in the law of God.
I believe in some things.
So you pick and choose what you want.
No, I believe in the basic things that got very sensible. So it's.
How do you differentiate between what is permitted and not permitted if you're not following God's law?
What is God's law? Who said He knows?
The 10 Commandments, for example.
So the 10 Commandments I'm following.
Okay. If
But
if something is not part of the 10 Commandments, then how do you understand whether it's wrong or right?
I have a free will and free thought.
So you make up as you go along.
If it's not in the 10 Commandments,
Okay, let me give you another example, which might not be in the Bible,
You-
which is from the modern society, and it's something which is legal. Abortion. What's your view?
I think that in most cases, almost in all cases, it's the woman's decision. But
Is it right or wrong?
But-
That's the question. Is it right or wrong?
there is no right and wrong. Like
What?
there is.
All this time we were talking about right and wrong. All of a
No,
sudden you're
I
saying
always-
there's no right or wrong.
I always told you, yes, that it's a lot of. Not that everything is black and white. There's a lot of gray. I think that a woman can make an abortion. Absolutely.
So you think it's right?
I think it's right.
Okay.
But
What happened to the law in the Bible?
Just-
In the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not murder.
it's,
Do you not think abortion is murder?
No, you, as I said in the beginning,
Yeah.
you're talking very,
Broad.
you're talking with a lot of self-confidence and everything, but you,
Alhamdulillah, that's Islam, not me.
yeah,
Islam
no,
gives us self-confidence.
yeah, self-confidence and everything, but you're wrong.
In what way? In abortion?
In abortion, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
No, let's
You
me
said
say
it's-
how you're wrong.
Okay, how am I wrong? Go on.
Because in Hebrew,
Yeah.
there's no problem. Because life.
What do you mean in Hebrew? You mean in the Torah? In Judaism?
In Judaism, they're not supposed to be a problem, a legal
Depends on which Jew
No.
I ask.
No, the life.
The Orthodox Jews will not
No,
agree with you.
Yeah, they think, they believe, but life in the Jewish tradition start after the birth. In Catholic, they start with the after you have an embryo. But in Hebrew, it's only after the childbirth.
Oh, I see. So you know the legal period when you're allowed to have abortion in this country, it's
In England, I don't know.
it's 24 weeks. Okay, after that it becomes illegal, unless there is exceptional reason where the life of the mother is in danger.
There is a
So you're saying even when she's like 8 months pregnant, you're allowed abortion because according to you, the life doesn't start until after giving birth.
maybe you didn't understood my English. I just
Your English is quite good.
the fact that you say.
What
no,
fact? Which fact did I say that you corrected?
Which in Hebrew, in Judaism, it's not allowed. No, in Judaism, it's allowed because the birth is after. No, abortion is.
You're repeating that same thing which I just told you.
Abortion is very, very complicated. Very complicated thing.
Are you allowed abortion or not? Just tell me that.
Allowing, but
Are there conditions for abortion?
Yes.
What are the conditions?
2 conditions.
Yeah, go on.
First, that the social worker will talk with the woman.
Okay.
Will explain her, because some women after that have a problem. I don't think he will try to deny her or try
So
to
it's just advice.
persuade
It's just an advice.
an advisor.
Okay.
That's
What is the other condition?
the other conditions the doctor will examine, because it's a very
Let's say the doctor says okay, the advisor says it's up to you.
The advisor
No, hear me out. Let's say the advisor says
Is
these
not
these are the
is not
these are the
having-
pros and cons. It's up to you now what you decide. The doctor says it's okay for you to abort. Then it's okay.
yeah, sure.
Neither of that is from God, right? Neither of that is from God.
No.
Good. So
I never heard.
so you as a Jew are living a life not based on Judaism but based on liberal secular society. Just like the Christians, many Christians and many what do you say, even atheists who just follow a life. So what is the point in believing in God then? Why do you not why don't you become an atheist?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
You never show me
What?
that God said otherwise.
No, I actually agreed with you that it is not specifically mentioned in the Torah. But this principle can be applied. Thou shalt not murder.
No.
Thou shalt not kill.
No,
No?
no.
Is killing a baby in the
No.
womb not killing?
In the Torah, a baby is alive just after the birth.
Where does it say that in the Torah?
I don't know.
I think you made it up.
No,
It's not there.
no. there is.
You made it up.
No. in the Judaism,
Okay.
the child is.
If you guys
so it's
find
not
any such
murder.
reference from the Torah where it says the
In
life in Judaism starts only after the mother gives birth to the child.
You can
if you can
ask
find a
any
reference
rabbi.
for that,
You
whether
can
you're a
ask
Jew or
any
non-Jew.
rabbi.
No, that's fine. Maybe I don't know, maybe I've not come across it. But if it is not in the Torah, then what do you say? Then you say
Who said-
you made it up, right?
No, if it's not in the Torah
Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
then, and it's not in what we call the speaking Torah.
The speaking Torah,
Yeah,
the Midrash. What the Midrash teaches.
That the spoken Torah.
Okay.
If it's not there, other thing is not there too. You see?
Okay, let's say it's in
it's depend on
Yeah.
you
Okay.
to think and
All right, because this is a matter of life and death. It is a life and death of a child. It's very important.
Yeah.
So in such matters, it is only what God tells us as what constitutes as legal or prohibited. Then you can't just make up your life when it's a matter of life and death. It's
Yes.
quite a serious thing.
yes, but God never said
Are you-
something about it.
As a human being,
Yeah.
would you, let's say, forget religion for a minute, just from a human perspective. Have you ever seen an abortion taking place?
Basically, in the
I don't mean live.
bathroom,
I don't mean live in an operating theater. I meant even on a YouTube video, for example. Have you
yes.
seen it?
Yeah. I know the procedure very well.
Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor, but I'm working in the field.
Oh, interesting. So how do they do it? Just give a brief explanation.
It's depend on the matters, on the
Yeah.
situation, on the.
Let's say they are 24 weeks pregnant. How do you think they abort
They
it?
need to take out the baby. Most of the time,
What do you mean take out the baby? How will they take out the baby?
They taking out the baby. They used to do it with
With tools?
tools. Take
Okay.
it out.
Do they break it limb by limb sometimes?
Yeah.
They do.
They used.
Can you imagine a baby having a body, having hands, a head, a heart which is beating, and they're tearing it apart limb by limb. How can you as a human being think that is okay?
Because there is a severe thing, and I think that a woman can control her body.
No, it's not her body. This is the baby's body.
No, it's not.
Why does the woman have the right over somebody's life, even though she might be the mother? You know, when you were pregnant, when your mom was pregnant with you, yes? I'm sure before you were even 24 weeks, when she knew you were in her womb, she called you my baby.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
What do you mean why? It's very...
You said a baby is only, well, you in Judaism you consider a baby only when it's born.
No,
you consider it as life only when it's born.
That was a religious argument.
I see. Yeah.
You said what the religious...
What do you think? You think it's a baby before it's born or it's not?
I think that he's a baby before he's born.
Okay, so you're better than your religion, I would say. You're more merciful than your religion.
I don't know.
Because your religion gives only the label of life after it's born.
Yeah.
But you, from a human perspective, and I think you're a good person who believes life should be treated as life and life should have respect. Yes? Even though you're giving the mother the respect of being a human being, you are taking away that right from that unborn baby by saying it's okay for the mother to terminate the life of the baby, a potential life.
Because it's a potential life. It's not a life at age 24.
When you call it a baby, when your mother calls it a baby, or the mother calls it a baby, I think that is life.
Okay, that's your belief. I don't say you're wrong.
It's got a heart. It's got a heart that is beating. It's got the limbs. It's got the head, it's got the eyes, it's got everything.
It's not got everything.
It's only the size that is different.
It's not got everything. It don't have thoughts. It don't have the difference in the brain. It's, believe me, I saw a lot of pictures of babies in all ages. This is part of what I'm doing.
I think it's the way they terminate it, which is inhuman. It is like chopping off an animal.
Maybe.
Are you a vegetarian, by the way?
No.
You eat meat?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, you know, it's for a person who is not a vegetarian, eats meat, yes, you might not consider the life of an animal to be same value as a human being.
Yes.
But as a human who is kind, merciful and loving, you see all life as sacred. You see all life worthy of respect. Yes. Including that of animals. Yeah. Okay? The only difference here is that you don't value them the same as a human being.
No.
Yes? Because you wouldn't murder, which is clear, isn't it? You mentioned it at the very beginning, and I agree with you. This murder is wrong because it's one human against another. But I personally do not see a difference in a mother or a doctor agreeing to abort a baby. Yes? They might not have the thoughts like you. They might not have the cognition level as you, but the fact that it has like the physiology of a human being, it's got a heart that is beating, it's got lungs which are functioning, yes, that doesn't devalue it as a human.
I don't say anything against your belief.
It's not belief, I'm talking about as a human, from humanity. I said leave religion aside for now.
Oh, no, it's what you believe as a human. I don't think you're wrong. I don't condemn people who are against abortion.
No, it's not about condemnation of pro-life or pro-choice. It's the fact to do with a child who is defenseless and to kill it in cold blood. That is what I'm asking you. As a human being, do you not see that as wrong?
I don't see it as wrong. I think that, first of all, it's the woman's choice, and second,
what, to take the life of another life?
In a lot of cases, the abortions are from a medical perspective.
What do you mean
Most
medical? You think there's a medical reason behind it?
Yeah.
No, I think most of the abortions is because
In
of
Israel-
unplanned pregnancy. Come on.
No, in Israel,
Yeah.
most of the abortion are from, especially in the 24 week. In 24 week in Israel, you will not get a permission to make an abortion unless it's a very severe thing.
Okay, so you're saying the doctors will not permit abortion unless there is a matter of life and death?
Not just matter of life and
Or
death,
some complication?
complications.
Okay.
At the age
So
of
you're-
24, because remember, my friend, that
Yeah.
in the age of 24, there's a lot of problems and a lot of consideration about the woman's health. It's
Okay, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. So look, if it's a medical situation, are you saying that in Israel, in the hospitals, they will not allow them to abort if it's
In the
grounds,
20
if it's grounds other than medical reason?
it's need a very
When, until what period do they allow
I
abortion?
think I'm not sure, and don't want to.
No, that's fine. I mean, roughly, give me a rough idea.
I think that in the till the 18
Okay.
week or
18
maybe
weeks. So less than the
16 week.
24. That's fine. But they do allow early, right? They allow early abortion.
Earlier they allow,
Okay, no problem.
and they use it, and usually they do it with pills.
With
Pills.
pills. Okay, you're still dissolving the child.
Yeah.
So that's worse. That's like a chemical dissolving.
Yeah.
All right, look, I don't think we're going to agree here because you've already made up your mind. All I'm asking is, as a human being, I personally would not consider killing anyone in the womb or outside the womb. If it's a life, then it's a life, you know?
I understand you, and
Yeah,
I can't even say I'm not agreeing with you,
yeah.
because I understand your point and I respect your point. I
Yeah.
think otherwise.
All right,
That's
no problem. What was your name again?
Alone.
Alone. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. You take care.
Thank you.